All right, hello, year seven. So we're going to continue with solving equations. So remember, we were talking about two-step equations. Remember, every equation you solve during these lessons, these video lessons, you should be doing complete working out in your exercise book, just like we practiced in class, just like I'll demo on the videos. So again, this is going to be a two-step equation. Remember what we're doing, we need to get rid of the -6. We do the opposite to both sides. That's going to leave us with 2x equals 18. And then we're going to divide by 2. So we get our answer x equals 9. Don't forget, check to make sure that the answer works, right? We can put 9 in the original equation. We have 2 times 9, which is 18, minus 6, which is 12. Okay, I want you to go ahead and do this one. Pause the video, do this one, and see what you get. Okay, so we're going to add 5 to both sides. So 18 equals 3x. And then, of course, we're going to divide both sides by 3. And our answer you should have got is x equals 6. And again, your working should look something like this. Check your answer. 3 times 6 is 18, minus 5 is 13. Okay, so go ahead, pause your video. I want you to solve these in your book or on some paper, doing complete working out, and then restart the video once you've answered these. Okay, so the first one, we're going to add 7 to both sides. 4x equals 18. We divide by 4. X equals 18 over 4. We need to simplify, which is 9 over 2. Remember, we said in class it's okay to leave as an improper fraction, or you could write that as 4.5. Next one, we're going to add 4 to both sides. So 15 equals 2x. Divided by 2, x equals 15 over 2. You can leave your answer like that, or you can write it as 7.5 or 7.5. The next one, we're going to add 0.5 to both sides. 2x equals 4, x equals 2. The next one, we're going to add 1.8 to both sides. So 9 equals 3x, and then divide by 3, x equals 3. We're going to add 6 to both sides. Be careful with your negatives. Negative 10 plus 6 is negative 4. We're going to divide by 4, x equals negative 1. Next, we're going to add 7. Again, just be careful with your signs. Negative 13 plus 7 is negative 6 equals 3x. Divided by 3, negative 6 divided by 3 is negative 2. The next one, we're going to add 17. So 2x equals negative 5. Divided by 2, x equals negative 5 over 2. You can leave it like that, or you can write it as minus 2.5. And then the last one, if we add 3 to both sides, we get minus 6 equals 5x. And if we divide by 5, x equals minus 6 over 5. And again, you can leave it like that, or you can write it as minus 1 1/5. Okay, here's another set of questions. Again, I want you to pause the video. I want you to solve all 8 of these, showing out good working, and then go ahead and continue the video. Okay, so our rules are the same steps. Add 4 to both sides. 1/3 x equals 2. And again, the opposite of multiplying something by 1/3 is multiplying both sides by 3. So x equals 6. We're going to add 7 to both sides. So we get 1/4 x equals 5. And I'm going to multiply both sides by 4. X equals 20. All right, I'm going to multiply both sides by 4. So x will equal 20. The next one, we're going to add 6 to both sides. So 1 equals 1/5 x. And then we want to multiply both sides by 5. And x will equal 5. The next problem, we're going to add 7. Is going to be our first step. Remember, the rule of thumb was try to do your orders of operations in reverse when we solve equations. First, try to undo the adding and subtracting, then try to undo the multiplying and dividing. So if we do this, we end up with 4 equals 1/2 x. We can multiply both sides by 2. So 1x, or x, will equal 8. Next, we're going to add 3 to both sides. X over 2 equals 2. X will equal 4. I multiply both sides by 2. Remember, the questions up top and the bottom are two different ways of writing fractions. We can write things like 1/2 x, or we can write x over 2. They're exactly the same thing. So the opposite of the -5 is going to be +5. So x over 7 is going to equal -1. X will equal -7. The next problem, we're going to add 7 to both sides. So I will have 10 equals x over 5, and if I multiply by 5, x equals 50. For the last problem, I'm going to add 1.5 to both sides. So I'm only going to have 1 equals x over 3, multiplied by 3, x will equal 3. And that takes care of those problems. Okay, so let's look at this. This looks very similar to what we've been doing before, but we'll notice there's a slight twist this time. So on this one, if I want to get rid of the 3, that's a positive 3. So what I'm going to do is subtract 3 from both sides. Now be careful, on the left side when I subtract 3, 3 minus 3 is 0. It leaves me with a minus x equals 3. It's not an x, that's a minus x. When we solve equations, we want to solve for positive x. So there's a couple different ways we can do this. I could multiply both sides by -1. Because when I multiply minus x by -1, I get a positive x, and 3 times -1 is -3. This is probably the easiest way to go about doing these. Another option would be at the start, 3 minus x equals 6. I could add x to both sides. So on the left side, 3 minus x plus x is just 3. The right side would be x plus 6. And now I can minus 6 from both sides, and x is going to end up being -3. There's two different ways, but I recommend the way on the left. It's easier and quicker, especially when the equations start getting more complicated. So again, just as we do in class, you should be copying down these examples in your exercise book so you have these examples to look at when you work your other problems. Okay, I want you to go ahead and pause your video, and I want you to work this one out on your own, and then I will come back and we'll go through this together. Okay, so on the right side, again, I need to get x by itself. On the right side, I have that +2. The way to get rid of it is going to be -2. So I'm going to -2 from both sides of the equation. The left side will be 5. The right side, 2 minus 2 is 0, leaves me with a minus x on the right side. Not an x, it's a minus x. When we solve equations, we want to solve for x. So I need to multiply both sides by a -1. So -5 will equal x. And again, we can check that this works. Does 7 equal 2 minus -5? And yes, we can see that that works, that our answer is correct. Okay, another example I'll do here. Again, similar thing. We have a -x plus 2. I need to get rid of the 2. I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. On the left side, I have a -x. On the right, I have a 7. We solve equations for 1x, positive 1x, not -x. So again, what we can do is we can multiply both sides by -1. And I'm going to be left with x equals -7. Does this work? We can check it. Is -7 plus 2 equal to 9? Is that true? Yes, that is correct. So our answer is correct. Okay, I want you to pause the video and I want you to go ahead and do this one. Okay, so hopefully what you did was added 13 to both sides first. On the left side, we're going to have 24. On the right side, we have minus x, because minus 13 plus 13 is 0. Again, we're solving for positive 1x, not minus x. So I need to multiply both sides by minus 1. And when I do that, minus 24 equals x, which is our answer. Okay, I want you to pause the video. I want you to do these in your book or on some paper if you don't have your book available. Copy down the original equation, show you're working out just like we've done. And then once you've finished them, go ahead and restart the video. Okay, we're back. So we're going to add 4 minus 2x equals minus 4. Multiply both sides, or divide both sides by minus 2. X will equal positive 2. Next one, that's a plus 5, so we're going to take away 5 from both sides. Minus 18 equals minus 3x. We only want positive 1x, so we can divide both sides by minus 3. And that leaves us with x equals positive 6. Next one, we're going to add 5 to both sides. So minus 3x equals 0. And if I divide by minus 3, I'm going to end up with x equals 0. Next one, if I add 5 to both sides, I get minus 16 equals minus 2x. I want to divide both sides by minus 2. And I'm going to be left with x equals positive 8. This is a positive 4. I need to take away 4. So minus x over 2 equals positive 2. Now the easiest way to get x, positive x on its own is to multiply both sides by negative 2. And so I'm going to be left with positive 1x equals negative 4. The last problem, we're going to take away 4 from both sides. So I have minus x over 3 equals 5. And the easiest way again is to multiply both sides by negative 3. So negative 3 times negative x over 3 is positive 1x equals negative 15. Okay, last set of questions for this video. Go ahead, pause the video, and try these questions in your book, and then restart the video. Okay, so we need to take away 6. So 5 equals minus x over 4. Again, the easiest way to get a positive 1x is to multiply both sides by negative 4. So that's going to give me negative 20 equals positive x. Next one, we're going to take away 2. 6 equals minus x over 5. And again, this is what your work should look like. I'm going to multiply both sides by negative 5. So x is going to equal negative 30. All right, we're going to multiply both sides by negative 5. Next one, we're going to take away 1.7. Take away 1.7. So minus 3x equals 6. Divide by minus 3, x equals minus 2. Now we're going to subtract 0.9. We always do the opposite, and the original equation has a positive 0.9. So that's going to leave me with minus 5x equals 5. Divide by negative 5, x equals negative 1. Next one, we're going to take away 2.1 from both sides. So minus 4x is going to equal 4.8. and I divide both sides by -4, I should end up with -1.2. Remember, 48 divided by 4 is 12, so 4.8 divided by 4 would be 1.2. The last problem, I'm going to add 1.1 to both sides, so that's going to leave me with minus 6.6 equals minus 8x. And this one's going to get a bit messy, so I'm going to divide by minus 8. X is going to equal 6.6 divided by 8. Negative divided by negative is positive. I can divide both of these by 2. X would equal 3.3 over 4. And we're going to leave this one here. We shouldn't really have a fraction in the numerator. So if we were to actually tidy this one up, this one is very messy. 3.3 is 3 3/10, which is 33 over 10. If I carry on up over here, so that's 33 over 10 divided by 1/4, which is the same as 33 over 10 times 4. And the 10 and the 4 cancel to give me 2 and 5. So I'm left with 66 over 5. A really messy one. But sometimes they don't always end up with nice whole numbers or nice easy fractions. So that completes this video, and I will see you next time.